I got Alex here this morning, and he actually works at one of the stores in the plaza where our smoke shop is, and he came in this morning to talk about this particular product.
OPMS.
Right there. OPMS, in case you can't see it. That is Kratom. And I'd like you to tell everybody a little bit about what it's done for you, if you don't mind.
Well,
We tried this, about 3 weeks ago, was it, when I gave you the first one?
It's been about a month. It's been about a month, but
No.
I didn't expect much out of it, really. I mean,
Right.
because I've had Kratom in the bags.
And you've got some pretty serious injuries, like
I've got
you
4
have a
rods and a shock absorber in my back, replacement shoulder here, a replacement knee, reconstructed knee, a reconstructed shoulder, a broken collarbone, a broken rib in my back. I've never had those. They can't really do much with them.
right.
So,
I've seen some of the pictures, and it's pretty frightening,
pretty
actually.
hairy.
You look
Yeah.
like the Bionic Man inside
Right.
or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
So they had you on opiates, though, a long time ago.
They did.
And then you weaned off of that yourself.
Yeah.
How did you do that when you did that?
Well, I white knuckled it a few times. I just laid down in the bed for, I'm not kidding, for 30, 35 days, and I was seriously sick for that long.
That's what most people say.
You know, it wasn't a week, it wasn't 3 or 4 days, it was 35 days around. And I mean, to get over that sickness, I was drinking gallons of wine. I mean,
Wow.
red wine. I would just turn a gallon up and chug a lug till,
So you passed out?
well, not really passed out, but it would allow me to get some sleep, because sleep's a joke when you're withdrawing.
Okay.
But anyway, the Kratom, I didn't expect what it gave me. I didn't expect anything.
I told you it
like
would
that.
change your life.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
The same day, too.
The same day,
Yeah.
right. You know, and I work at the 7-Eleven up here overnight, and I'm exhausted by the time I go in usually. I mean,
Yeah.
I go in tired because I go in at 9 o'clock at night, you know, and I try to sleep in the day, but it's not easy,
Yeah.
you know, and
This has helped you with sleep, too, though, hasn't it?
well, in the morning, yes, I can sleep after I take that. It will relieve pain, and it gives me energy that comes on so gradually, but the energy is so abundant. It really is, and the pain dissipates in my back, and I don't want to describe it as like needle piercing pain or anything like that. It's a dull ache that is exhausting. You know, I walk bent over, and, you know, it takes me a few steps every time I get out of my chair.
Now it
takes
affects
me a few
everything you
steps.
do in life.
Oh, yeah.
And there's probably a lot of things you don't do because of it. I'm sure.
Well, yeah, I don't surf anymore. I don't,
Do you
well-
think once you're doing this a while, you might? Because I know one day we talked, you were like, man, I was hanging drywall and I was doing
Well,
this
yeah.
and I felt great.
and I'm going today to look at a trim job down on Palm Street.
You wouldn't have done that a month ago.
I wouldn't have even attempted it.
Wow.
But I know after I take a Kratom, wash it down with some orange juice, one of these,
Uh-huh.
and within, sometimes it takes up to an hour and a half to really kick in, but I know it's coming, you know, and I feel better mentally as soon as I take it, but the way it comes on, you don't realize. It's not like, and I hope it's okay, it's not like doing a line of cocaine where you're blasting.
No,
you
it's
know,
okay
this
to
and
say
that.
that. These are people we're trying to help.
Right.
You know, people who
Right.
are using other things to deal with
Right.
problems.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people still stuck on opiates and they don't know how to get off.
Yeah.
Do you think this would help somebody get
Oh,
off
God,
of it?
yeah. And the reason I say that is because I hadn't been on oxycodone or dope for a long time, many years, almost 10 years. Now, I would get hydrocodone at times, and
Right.
this, when I first met you, when I first got these, I had been taking some hydrocodone orally, just 310 milligram a day, but I didn't realize, I didn't think that would bother me if I just stopped. I really didn't think it would make much difference, but it did. I felt ill, but not like
Not like before.
before. It was, you know, 3-day thing, and it was over, sniffles and feeling a little stomach upset and whatnot. But
Then you tried this.
well, I bought these, and then I had just finished a prescription, so I was wondering, you know, am I going to feel bad or whatnot?
And what am I going to do now?
Yeah, but it wasn't. I wasn't that worried about it because I know hydrocodone. It doesn't. You don't get the withdrawals like you do with oxycodone or
Okay.
heroin or anything. It's just not that violent. It's not that intense.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
good to
very-
know.
it's
So
much-
oxy
much
and
better.
hydrocodone are two totally different.
Well, they're
Types of-
opiates, but the hydrocodone just does not,
Grab you as
it
much as
doesn't
the
grab you
oxy.
like it does. I mean, I would think I have a long history with opiates, so it might affect somebody who hasn't had that tolerance. He doesn't have that tolerance. But the
Right.
hydrocodone, they make you really sick. I can't answer for anybody else but me. But the truth is,
Hey, Carrie.
um,
Thank you. We're doing a little interview about Kratom.
Oh.
Yeah, which also changed your husband's life.
Oh, definitely.
yeah,
Oh,
made a huge
definitely.
difference,
Yeah.
So maybe I'll get him to do an interview one day.
You
Yeah.
might,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let me give you some money for my lunch, hon. Thank you very much.
Anytime,
I
anytime.
appreciate you. Keep it. Have a great day,
I
man.
very much appreciate
I
it,
love
Jen.
you.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Enjoy your day.
But,
So you were talking about the difference between
Well,
oxy and hydro and
right.
how it grabs you different, but
yeah, but I thought, well, I guess I'm gonna feel kind of crappy for a couple days, that really. And I thought, well, I gotta work tonight at 9, I'm gonna see, because you had let me sample one of those little liquid vials.
yeah. That was
And-
actually a new company that's local that we were testing
Right.
out, and I hope to be doing some work with that lady. But the OPMS has been a go-to. I've found, for a lot of the people that come in here, that's one product that I have to keep in
Right.
stock. That and the little OPMS shots, which
Right.
are a little bit different.
Well, they hit real hard, and I guess half of one would probably be okay. But the difference is the intensity. I get dizzy on those little shots.
Little shots.
I
I'd
do. I
show
mean,
one right now, but I just sold the last 3 a minute ago to a guy. He
Yeah.
bought a 5-pack of these, and he bought 5 or 3 of the little shots.
Right,
And like you, most people say that half of that little shot
right.
will do it for them, and it's like
Right.
taking, an oxy or something.
But it's
like
still,
that.
it's really different though. It's different in
How you react.
the way it comes on, and and the way I feel after it sets in, because with the vial, my head's way up there and I'm dizzy, I'm spinning.
Okay.
The pain's gone, I got plenty of energy, but my head's kind of in the clouds.
Like you're
I mean,
high
literally.
almost.
Yeah, I'm high.
Whereas with this one, you can function real well at work.
Oh, I don't even, the only thing I get is an enhanced mood. I feel
Okay.
I'm happier, probably because I don't feel much anymore. As
Well,
far
yeah.
as pain, I'm out of
You're happier
discomfort.
when you're not in pain.
You're
I mean,
right.
honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I'm smiling, laughing, I'm very talkative. But then when I go to work stocking, mopping the floor, cleaning, whatever, that doesn't sound like real hard work. And I'm an old bricklayer.
Well, it is when you have a cage in your back and replace
Right.
parts and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 50 in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
That gets me
Yeah.
over there. Well,
But
good.
it comes on hard.
Now we're gonna do some more. We've got some more things coming, and I'm gonna give you some products to try. Maybe we'll come back and revisit later.
Okay.
But I just I appreciate you sharing this with
Oh, my
everybody,
pleasure.
because that's what we're trying to do. We
Yeah.
really want to address the opiate crisis here, and we know,
Mhm.
because we found out that there's a better way to do this,
Right.
and we
Yeah.
believe and we've seen
Right.
people actually get off of these things.
Well,
with
where I
these
was going with
products.
that, when I said I was bracing myself for 2 or 3 days of just not feeling real good.
There you go. That's where we
Then
were.
I came in here that night on my way to work. I thought, well, I'm just gonna see. So
See
I
what
stopped
she's
in,
got.
and you sold me one of those. You actually let me try it, and
Be right with you, honey.
it was amazing. I never felt a thing. I never felt a thing. It was.
I just
know.
knew from what other people had told me that it would change your life that day. And I'm glad it did.
It really did.
All right.
It
I love
really
you.
did. I love you too. Nick. Thanks for.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
All right.
Please look into that, because they make a huge
Thanks for
difference.
the interview.
Oh,
Those
thank
are for
you.
you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Have a good afternoon.
Hey, I'll see you.
If you or anyone you know has used Kratom, CBD, or marijuana to deal with a heroin or opiate addiction, we would really love to hear from you. If you're willing to share your story, please call 1-833-420-TALK. So many in our community and across the nation have been affected by this crisis that is almost a pandemic of its own. In fact, during the course of COVID-19, though I have known one person that went to the hospital, I know about a half a dozen who have overdosed and died since the COVID crisis began. Yet we're not talking about this, as it continues to kill people. that were unknowingly and unwillingly, in many cases, addicted to opiates that were prescribed by their doctors, and then later they were cut off and given no alternative or escape route to get off of these harmful drugs or to get through the withdrawals that came with stopping them. So, unfortunately, many people went to the street. Heroin and opioids touch on the same receptors. In fact, opiates are, in fact, man-made heroin. So, heroin, being very inexpensive, is something that a lot of people got addicted to. Unfortunately, now that oxycodone and even cocaine on the street is being cut with fentanyl that is killing people daily. We hope to help bring awareness to this crisis and also to help people, to help each other with their stories on how they beat these addictions without going to other harmful clinics and other harmful drugs, such as Suboxone and Methadone clinics, which seem to present even additional problems for the addict. We hope that you will help us address this crisis. It has been largely ignored, and the problem is only getting bigger. Thank you, and we hope to hear from many of you soon.